Hi, my name is Gwendolyn Espy, and I'm the owner of UpTop Solar, and I will be walking you through this Solar 101 series. In this video, we will be learning about what a load analysis is. First, we'll review some definitions, like we always do. These will be important when talking about load analysis. We will learn about why doing a load analysis is important and is the first step to designing a PV system. I'll walk you through two methods of doing a load analysis. Then I'll show you an online tool that can help expedite that. All right, let's do this.
Power is a rate of electrical energy measured in watts. Energy is the ability to do work or work already done. Power over a period of time. Sun hours. Sun hours is a way to quantify how much usable energy your location is able to harvest. Now that we have those definitions out of the way, by the way, if you need more in-depth information about power, energy, and sun hours, I recommend my video that's called Functional Overview. But we're going to move forward to why do I need a load analysis? First, we'll go over expectations. Next, we'll go over choosing products. And lastly, system sizing. Doing a load analysis sets up your expectations. And it does it in a few ways. Doing a load analysis sets your expectations to what your system is going to do or what you expect it to do. So why do we do a load analysis? Okay, well, let's talk about loads. Loads are the things you power in your home. Your laptop, fridge, microwave, anything you plug into a wall. Loads consume power and energy over time. Your solar modules are also harvesting power and, over time, energy. If you want to sell back to the grid, you need to understand how much power your house will consume first. The power harvested will go directly to your home first, and then the excess can go to the grid. There's an asterisk here. Most states will allow you to sell back to the grid, but there's certain requirements or permitting that needs to occur. Check with your state and utility company to make sure that you are allowed to do that. Knowing your loads and how much power you can harvest sets your expectations. Putting up 3 modules might not do what you expected if you don't understand your loads and harvest. If you put too few, you may run out of power or not cut the costs you thought you were going to. And this is very important especially if you're off grid or you have some sort of expectation for backup. Too large and you may have paid too much. Here is an example of a day of energy with solar. The dark profile, you can see my mouse over here. The dark profile here is the load profile, okay? This is how many kilowatts you might use at any point during the day. So in the morning, you might be getting ready for work. You cook, the TV's on, the microwave, etc. That's like this area right here. Then you go to work where there might not be many people at home. That's this time period here, midday. Then you return from work and have the TV on and laptops, lights on, and this is typically where you have your peak demand, which is right here. Energy is power over a period of time and is measured in watt hours or amp hours or kilowatt hours. Energy is represented here as the area underneath the curve. Now we have our solar profile here in the center, right here. Where the solar harvest overlaps the loads is where the solar will cover those loads. This is in gold here. Anything below this load profile is solar energy going directly to your loads. You can see here that at times the loads are buying from the grid 100%. That's here. Areas like this. And other times is purchasing less and less until solar can serve the loads entirely. Here, it looks like maybe about here 50% of your loads are being served by the solar, and the other half is being bought by the grid. At this point is when your solar from here to here is being covered 100%. Your loads are being served by your solar system 100%. Here's your maximum power demand. So during the day, this is the maximum power being pulled from your house or to your house at one time. This will be important when you inverter. The interesting thing is what happens here in the middle. Teal. This harvest isn't going to your loads because your loads are already being served in this gold area. This is excess energy. And we'll talk about what you could do with that later. Inverters are sized based on maximum instantaneous power. This is that white arrow that indicates the highest load demand that we talked about. This number is important when you're sizing your inverter. Like we talked about, this is where things get interesting. This is your excess energy. The solar is meeting the entire load demand. It can harvest more than that. So if you're in agreement with your utility, this is where you can turn the meter backwards or get some form of credit, or you can use it to charge your batteries for later use. Load analysis will lead to proper system sizing. Properly sizing will ensure you are meeting your goals. You're expecting the bill to be reduced by 50%, then make sure your system is sized to meet those expectations. When you have a battery-based system with batteries, you may have backup or temporary off-grid situations where sizing is very important. Too small of an array, you may not charge your batteries. Too small of a battery, you may run out of energy in 10 minutes when you thought you had 10 hours. Now, if you have too large of a system, you may have spent too much money. Load analysis is the first step in overall system sizing. There are two methods of doing a load analysis. The first one is looking at your electric bill. The second one is calculating it. Let's look at method 1, looking at your power bill. Typically, your power bill will give you an average amount of energy you use per month. You take the total kilowatt hours and divide it by days, and voila! Many bills will also include your maximum demand. This is the maximum power demand in kilowatts that you had in the month. That's here, remember? That maximum power demand. If your bill doesn't include this value, you can call your utility and ask if they can provide that. If not, you may just have to calculate it. Method 2 is to calculate it. You can estimate your loads by listing them. Then you can either record their power requirements or look up average power consumption on the internet. Then estimate the amount of hours the load may be on during the day. Loads like a refrigerator that is cycling on and off all day can be calculated differently. The average fridge uses about 1 to 2 kilowatt hours a day, so you can divide that up to 24 hours and then get your average power, 83.33 watts, for example. There are online tools available to help with this calculation. On the UpTop Solar website, I have an off-grid sizing tool that has a load analysis table. This table has a drop-down list of loads with default values to make it easier. I have a separate video that goes over how to use this off-grid sizing tool more in depth, but if you just need a load analysis, step 2 in this tool will do this for you. My name is Gwendolyn Espy, and I own UpTop Solar. Thank you so much for joining me.